Hey YouTube, it's your boy Sophisticated Chaos, coming to you today with a Boruto episode 175 review. And before we jump into this review today, I need help. That's right, I'm looking for an editor for my videos. Somebody who could cut out the little extra scenes of extra talking, add music, add graphics, all of that. Things to make these videos better for you, the audience, to enjoy. So, if anyone is interested, the job is definitely open. And put it in the comments, find a way to message me, Facebook, Instagram, anything. I can put the links down if you need it. We definitely need that. So let's go ahead and dive right into this episode review because this one was a great one. Awesome. I loved it. Fantastic animation. Everything about it, I give it a 10 out of 10. And I'm going to tell you why. So the episode starts off Boruto and Sarada versus Deepa. Boruto is trying to use his clones to figure out how Deepa's moving, what his fighting style is really like, and find ways to find an opening so he can attack him and use his new Rasengan that he learned while training with Kakashi. Deepa's not allowing it. You're seeing all kind of ways that Deepa's using his powers. He even creates the orbit with the carbon. It's crazy. It's really crazy how Deepa's powers is way above what we have seen in previous episodes. So I even seen one of the clones just get shot up. I screamed out, "Ricky!" I had fun watching this one. I mean, it gave me moments I laughed. I was really into it where it was emotionally and it hit hard because you get to see a lot in this episode. Sarada, also at the beginning of the episode, you get to see her trying to use her sharingan, different ways to try to figure out openings as well, and she's getting shut down. Both her and Boruto, they're getting shut down left and right. Deepa's no slouch. He's showing why he's an inner Kara member, and I loved it because these are Genin going against somebody who's upper Jonin level, and it makes a lot of sense of what we're seeing here. Basically, we pan over from that to Konohamaru versus Victor. We get to see Konohamaru. He's kind of hurt still. One of his arms are broken, and that happened with a previous battle with him and Victor. I think it was either the last episode or episode prior to that one. And he's basically trying to weave a hand sign for the dragon flame bombs, and he's doing it with one hand, everybody. Now, if you know Naruto lore, you will know that if you're able to weave hand signs to create any type of jutsu, you're considered an elite level ninja. Kakashi said it way back in I think it was the PTS Naruto, where he was fighting Itachi, and he basically said any ninja, Jonin level above, that can weave hand signs, they're considered elite. You don't want to mess with them, you want to fight with them. So we get to see Konohamaru do that, and that puts him at like a higher tier, in my opinion, of how strong he actually is, what he might be actually capable of, and I kind of liked it because we trash on Konohamaru a lot. Some people are calling him Trashamaru, but I'm still trying to get this guy a chance, y'all. I'm still trying to give Konohamaru a chance. He's a Team 7 leader after all. So after that, Victor shows him, okay, cool, you can weave hand signs with one hand. Wow, we see that you're, actually a capable Jonin. But Victor pulls out something that shocks Konohamaru. Victor has 5 chakra nature releases. And Konohamaru's first time actually really seeing that was with his grandpa, rest in peace, third Hokage, Hiruzen Sarutobi, and he even mentions that during the battle. He says, gosh, I haven't seen anything like this since Gramps. This guy must be like top tier. He's pretty strong. And we get to see Victor using, earth style, water style, lightning style, fire style, wind style, and there could be possibly more. Victor's a really tough dude, and also this is a reason why he is a deeper inner Kara member. We pan after that to Orochimaru, who finally shows up to the battlefield. We seen in the last episode he showed up, wiped the lady clean like Thanos style, in my opinion. And this time, I thought he was going to show up to help Boruto and Sarada in their fight with Deepa, being that that's a tougher opponent for Genins. But he actually shows up to help Konohamaru. And we get to see a battle between Orochimaru and Victor, everyone. They had a little dialogue where they were talking about, Orochimaru says, you stole my Hashirama cell research. I want it back. You're going to give it to me one way or another, Either you can give it to me or you're going to die here. And Victor, completely ignoring the fact that Orochimaru is one of the 3 legendary Sannin, he decides to take the hard route on this one. He wants to fight this man. Unfortunate for him. So this becomes a battle of Orochimaru. He uses a snake, and you get to see the snake run in and basically bite Victor's head clean off. Like, this was pretty graphic for a Boruto anime episode, because Boruto has been a little kid friendly for a long time, in my opinion. And it's where we get to see Victor's regeneration, and Orochimaru gets to see it for the first time. And Victor, he regenerates, but you can still see the blood on the collar of his jacket. And Orochimaru is just like, well, you over here with an imitation of regeneration. And we get to see Victor as well. He uses wind style, chops off Orochimaru's arm. Orochimaru's arm comes back so quickly. And there's a reason behind that. And there's a reason why Orochimaru said that Victor's regeneration was an imitation. Because if you remember back in the 4th Great Ninja War, Orochimaru absorbed the white Zetsu, which in turn had the Hashirama cells. So Orochimaru has the Hashirama cells inside of his body and his DNA already, which makes up the reason why he was able to regenerate his arm so much faster than Victor's regeneration of his head and other limbs that, during this fight. And you get to see Victor pop out all of his arms and legs and everything, tentacles. I still don't understand the process behind that. I don't understand, like, how is that regeneration when it's just basically extending more limbs out of him. I don't know. It was weird to me. Weird to see him do it, but it was like the second time we done seen it so far. He gets to moving around the room like he's Spider-Man or something. Orochimaru, he doesn't go for the crap. I mean, the guy's just next level. He's a Sanin, everybody. And he's basically feeding Victor out there. So we get back, before, the finish of that battle, we get back to Deepa. He's basically still toying around with Boruto and Sarada. They're trying everything. They're pulling out all the stops. And you get to see a reunion of one of our favorite teams. A reunion of Team 7, everyone. Mitsuki finally shows up to the battlefield as well. And this was exciting to see, because I wasn't expecting him to be able to come out of that hospital bed the way he was. His organs were destroyed. He was messed up from going into Sage mode in the fight with Deepa. And we actually get to see him show up on the battlefield. He's fighting alongside Boruto and Sarada. They ask him, how are you even here? Like, we're so happy to have you, but still, how are you here? And, luckily, Orochimaru explains that they had a special donor that donated organs and everything to, Mitsuki, to help him get better and get out there and fight with the team again. And some people were speculating, saying that it was actually a special donor, but the anime clearly shows Log sitting on the hospital table. He was hooked up to like IVs and everything like that. So Log, the older brother, basically helped Mitsuki out, in my opinion. That's what I've seen. We're going to go off of that. And that's why Mitsuki was able to show up on the battlefield to help Boruto and Sarada out. Now, if you were thinking that Team 7 were just going to dog walk Deepa, you are sadly mistaken. This was a bloodbath. Deepa was just toying with these guys, slamming them around everywhere, sending them through boulders. Boruto keeps trying to get his Rasengan to go, and Deepa's just finding ways to shut it down, left and right, left and right. Sarada's trying to figure out ways to maneuver through his techniques with her Sharingan. It's just not working. I mean, Deepa was something serious in this episode, and I'm beginning to like him more and more as a character. He was different. It gives me a Akatsuki vibes back when we were watching like Datara and Sasori and everybody when they first showed up and everything, like how tough they were, even though Naruto and Sakura had all that training over those past 2 or 3 years. So afterwards we get to see Sarada finally unlock her 2 Tomoe Sharingan. How she does this is she was basically watching Boruto almost get killed by Deepa. Deepa showed up, he had like a blast, it was point blank range. He was getting ready to blow Boruto's head off. And I mean, Boruto had a chance to dodge and get out of there, but I'm assuming that after all the ass whooping that Deepa was kicking out to him, Boruto was basically immobilized. He was handicapped at that point. He couldn't get up. And Sarada stepped in, she blocked, she took the blast head on. I knew it had to hurt her a lot, but luckily she trained with Sakura, and the punches from Sakura and what she mimicked with her Sharingan from Sakura, it basically toughened her up a lot more. So the girl has tough skin now, you know, to take on that carbon blast the way she did. And you get to see her sharingan change to the two tomoes. Perfect. This is the perfect way we want to see it, because I didn't want to see her just coming into the battle already knowing how to do it, and it was off screen. We get to see her unlock it during the fight. Same way, and this is what people aren't talking about, but the way she unlocked it was kind of reminiscent to when Sasuke unlocked his two tomoes. I think they were fighting against Haku and Zabuza back on the Great Naruto Bridge, and this is the exact same scene. If you look at it, put them side by side, mirror, you will see that that's the same exact scene. And after she unlocks her Sharingan, we go back to the Victor Orochimaru and Konohamaru battle. They're still scrapping. They're battling it out. Victor is basically trying to say, you know, how he's won and everything. And, you know, his tree is so beautiful. It's his. The reason why he has it, you know, was so that he can regenerate his limbs, because I think Orochimaru, like, cuts off his peg leg. And Orochimaru lets him know that there are certain things that you still can't regenerate and everything. And Victor's wanting the perfect body. The perfect body to regenerate. There's no weaknesses, none of that. So that's why he want the chakra fruit from the, you know, the tree from the fourth Great Ninja War. And Victor jumps up as he feels that the tree is blooming for the fruit to be shown. He jumps up onto the top of the tree just to get eaten by the tree. I'm talking about Venus flytrap style. He gets eaten up. And it shocked me, because that was just I don't know, I just feel like the battle with Victor, Orochimaru, and Konohamaru was kind of anticlimactic. But, you know, at the same time, it's like he kind of got what he deserved from using all those people that he said was his patients and everything, and experiments, and he just used those guys up. So it's kind of what he deserved at the same time. So after that, Orochimaru, he's trying to find a way to chop down a tree. So he uses the 4-pillar jutsu that was used in the fight with, and this is kind of killing me right now. Actually, I just finally thought of this. This is the same jutsu that they used to seal Orochimaru and the third Hokage in, just so they could fight on top of that rooftop at the Chunin exams. And Konohamaru never got to see this fight in person. You know, remember, because at that time, Konohamaru and them were being rushed underground and everything. But if you think about it, Konohamaru is kind of watching the same way his grandfather got killed by Orochimaru. And he's getting saved by the man who killed his grandfather. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's nostalgia in a way if you actually take a second to look into it. But the 4 great pillars, jutsu, the purple cube or whatever that sealed them in, yeah, Orochimaru used that on the tree, and it basically melted the tree down. So you get to see petals and everything of the tree falling all throughout the building. It's just losing control at this point. Orochimaru figure out a way to destroy it. And then Deepa sees this happening. Deepa is upset at this. I didn't understand, because Deepa kept saying that he was hungry and he wanted to, you know, satisfy his hunger. And I thought he was talking about by killing the kids. But apparently Deepa also wanted a piece of the chakra fruit that came from the tree. And he didn't get it, so Deepa got upset about that. And he wanted to take his anger out on Team 7. So you get to see a scene where Deepa's going hard in the paint. They're fighting, they're beating this guy, this, that, and the other. And then Deepa finally like unlocks this upgraded form of himself. And it just looks cool. I mean, I like how I did it, the carbon. He was basically saying like how it's incomplete, it has its flaws and everything. One side was the carbon color that he had, and the other side was kind of like a silver platinum looking color. But you can see what the flaw was. And this is where we get the final scene of the fight. Like, it was just beautiful. The animation, next level. I haven't seen animation like this since like episode 65 of Boruto. I think that was like the Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki. And it was just beautiful. If you go and watch this, you would probably put this as like one of the, if it was an AMV video, or you'll put it at the top tier. You would love it. I mean, it was just beautiful, because everybody was fighting, trying to get in, trying to figure out a way to go against his new form. And in Boruto, he finally pulls out his new Rasengan, and he's trying to go in. The first time he does it, he kind of gets shut down. He's trying to break through the armor of Deepa. He kind of gets shut down with it. But then he goes in the second time, and Sarada and them are trying to warn him, like, you know, and Boruto realizes it himself. Like, if he uses this again, he could lose his arm. So they're realizing that Boruto's about to go in for the second one. And that's when Mitsuki pops up behind Boruto. Hey, man, I got your back. I got this, man. Use the jutsu. I'll take on the full blunt force of whatever recoil we get from this jutsu. You see Mitsuki's arm wrap around Boruto's. I think I seen Sage mode chakra getting flowed into Boruto's arm. And then Sarada pops up behind them with her new sharingan. The scene was just epic. You get to see the new Rasengan that Boruto's using, how it's forming and everything. And they're all holding it. They're saying, go, get it done. Get the job done, Boruto. Boruto screams out the super high compression Rasengan. And oh my gosh, the scene was lit. I tell you, it was lit. It was lit. Deepa had all kind of rainbow colors going up his arm and everything. He's fighting. He's trying to push it back. And then Boruto's like, nah, forget all that. We got this. It's over, baby, because you've been killing everybody. But you didn't. I don't know, man. You see, I got out of control just now talking about it. Watching the episode was kind of, yeah, imagine me watching the episode. Boruto shoots this man way across the damn building. He goes into the chakra tree. Next thing you know, it's a big-ass explosion. You see the swirls and everything in Deepa's chest from the actual damage they took. All the armor's blown off at this point, too, by the way. That super high compression Rasengan is next tier, in my opinion. I like the Rasen Shuriken, but I want to put the super high compression Rasengan and Rasen Shuriken. I want to see them both going against each other head-to-head to see which one is really stronger. Because the way this one shut down Deepa, how it crushed him and everything, beautiful. The animation was just beautiful. It was just perfect. So that was the end of Deepa at that point. And it kind of was the perfect ending for him, you know. I know he lost against some Genin, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. They really got that W together. And it was meant for them to get that W. So we get to see after the fight, it's Orochimaru. Konohamaru's asking, you know, what he's going to do next and everything. And, you know, Orochimaru was like, he's going off, he's going to handle it. And they're basically getting witnesses and everything saying that Victor and all of them were a part of all of this, the experiments and destruction and, you know, conspiracy going on and everything. So the girl, the whole art started about with the wedding ring and everything. I can't remember her name for nothing. But she basically says that she's going to go with them to be a witness to everything that happened, to help them out, you know. So that was a pretty great episode. It ended on a good note with Team 7, you know, saying that we did it. They throw their hands up together with the fist in the sky. You see Boruto with his bandaged arm wrapped up because he can't see the karma seal right now because he has to keep it hidden. But, you know, they throw their fist in the sky, and it was just a beautiful ending. I loved it. I loved the episode. 10 out of 10. You know, you see I gave this long review. I could keep on talking for days about this episode because there's so much content that happened here. And you just don't understand it. Each week from here on forward, we're going to have great content. It's going to be the card arc coming up, everybody. I think next we get the Owl arc, starting on episode 178. And between 175 and 178, we're going to see Kawaki. If you read the manga, you will know who Kawaki is. And I can't wait. I really can't wait. So, everybody, that was my Boruto episode 175 chapter review. If you liked it, like, share, comment, subscribe, and also hit that bell for notification, please. Whenever a new video go up, you will be notified. Make sure you wear a mask, stay safe out there, and happy holidays, everybody.